your ass down, boy.
What's up, everybody? This is the Get Much Higher Podcast, episode 1, 2, 3. This is episode 3 now,
That
right?
was the weirdest intro.
Is it? Because I didn't know which one it was.
1, 2, 3.
Is
This
it?
isn't a fucking like kids show with a baby.
I didn't know if it was 2 or 3, but it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
3 could have been 4, but this is 3.
No, I would have called 3.5 just because we don't want anybody to forget that we did attempt it and the bloopers at the end of that one album review. So
at the end of the Drake one, there's some hidden treasure at the end of that one.
If you guys only tune in for the podcast, check out like the last 5 or so minutes of the Drake album review because it's fucking messy.
Yeah, turn this one off and go watch that one.
Yeah, fuck
and then
this
come
video
back.
actually. If you're watching this, don't watch this. We don't fucking
don't
even watch it. Talk about
watch this because this is a very special. This is a very special one.
Yeah.
Don't cut him off.
Listen. This is a very special one because we have a special guest here with us today. The man in between Alex and Brandon is Mitch Milani. Mitch Milani has his own channel altogether. We have some fans walking by. How's it going?
What's going on, fans?
Fans and everybody who's cool. Mitch Milani has his own channel on YouTube called The Bottom Line View. I'm actually working on that too as well.
Awful fucking channel.
It's a great channel. If you like wrestling, which you know that I like wrestling, he likes wrestling. That's what we do. We got our producer over there, Scott.
Producer. He's basically a teacher, but like also a producer, I guess.
He's also in a band.
That's also true. Check out his band.
He's gonna step on in here.
Is he gonna come in?
He's gonna come in. Hey, we got 2 guests.
Oh my god, here
Special guest.
Hey.
Hello.
Step in the shot real quick.
If there's any room. Oh. Oh my god! Anyway, bottom line review. It's probably gonna be in the description of this video, but for the most part, it's just a feature on our channel, on the side, whatever we want to call that. But we have topics. We're not advertising for the first 5 minutes. What are we talking about, boys?
We're just we're hanging out, man. This is Mitch Milani's. This is our first guest. We never had a guest before. Now everyone knows. Anyone that watches your channel knows that you're a big football fan.
Yeah.
First off, you're a huge wrestling fan.
That's true.
We'll talk about that. We are obviously, or any of our fans know that we love music. We talk about music all the time. We do album reviews. Don't really know what kind of music you're into, bro. We have to know. What are you into?
Can I guess before you tell us?
Sure.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Both guess before.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess one, Alex.
Country.
That's false. That's.
I was actually gonna say that too.
That is the lowest thing on the
rock. Rock.
I do like rock, but I don't primarily listen to rock.
I'm gonna say One Direction. Just by looking at you, One Direction, Justin Bieber,
Backstreet
Taylor
Boys,
Swift.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
that's it right there.
Boys. You can't do that. That's not
No, seriously though, I like rap. I do listen to pop. I do listen to rock. I do listen to pretty much everything.
But do you have like
I don't have a primary genre that I actually listen to by itself.
Okay, that's interesting actually. I like that. That's
So you just kind of like whatever.
But the only genre that I don't listen to really is country.
Okay. Here's a twist. Top 5 genres. No, top 5 artists throughout all genres. Go. You got 30 fucking seconds.
30 fucking seconds? I can't even do that in 30 fucking seconds. Okay.
These are fucking seconds, so they're
okay.
intense.
So I guess you could say my 3 favorite rappers would be currently my favorite rapper is J. Cole.
Ooh. I gotta give you a high five for that because
second favorite rapper would be Kendrick Lamar, and my favorite rapper of all time is Eminem.
Ooh, you know what? That's respectable.
That's super dope. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. My favorite non-hip hop artist is Chris Brown.
Come on. He's not hip hop.
He's sort of hip hop, sort of pop, sort of R&B. He's like everything.
I'll give you a pass.
I'm gonna call him hip hop pop.
Hip hop pop.
Hip hop pop.
Yeah, that's my favorite non.
Hip-hop.
Yeah, but recently, The Weeknd's been doing his stuff. He's been nice.
I'm gonna be straight up. I'm like, actually, no, you go first. Then.
We have a little club.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Since you mentioned Weeknd, we have a little club.
You do?
We created a club for Weeknd fans. We are the Weekenders.
That's an actual thing.
That's an actual show.
I gotta be straight up, man. Fucking. I hadn't listened to that much of the old Weeknd, but I was aware of the fact that a lot of his old shit was a little more dark and depressing.
Yeah.
And his new project was supposed to be like like different.
It's more
right?
poppy.
Yeah.
More poppy.
Mainstream.
I went back and listened to some of his old shit, and I'll straight up say I like how I felt about this new album. It honestly went down once I heard his old shit. His old shit was so much. Yeah.
There's mixtapes.
It's really different though. It depends on like what you like, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't on a label then, like, so he wasn't you know, told to make.
A lot of people think that
Yeah.
artists before they actually get signed or they do stuff before that. A lot of people think that's better.
So you're a J. Cole fan. You just put
Yep.
him number one. So what do you think about J. Cole? Like, is he better now that he's on Rock Nation, or did you like his mixtapes first?
I've liked his last 2 albums a lot.
His last 2, okay, yeah.
So,
definitely
yeah.
his last one.
Yeah.
You have to like his last one. There's really no way around it.
I really did like Born Sinner though. A lot of people
Yeah.
didn't like it, but I was a fan of it.
But, you're talking about the second album, yeah. Born
This
Sinner.
not this past one, but the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophomore album.
Yeah.
That he had. Yeah, the first album was okay.
The first album was okay. I
Cool.
wasn't really a big fan back then. You know, I liked a few songs, whatever. But then I got into him a lot more recently. So.
Oh, so you really haven't heard like a lot of
I've heard
mixtapes
it.
and
Like
stuff?
I've gone back and heard it, but I didn't hear it when it originally came out. You know what I mean?
I'm proud whenever we talk about J. Cole. I feel like when J. Cole succeeds, I succeed a little bit because
Yeah.
when I was a J. Cole fan, this is when he was just on YouTube.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
he even got signed on Rock Nation. That's when I discovered him. He was just on YouTube. And I discovered his mixtapes like Friday Night Lights, the Warm Up, the Come Up, things like that. And that's where I became like a huge fan of him, and I started telling about people and sharing him before anyone else.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like when
always
he
cool.
succeeds,
Yeah.
it's like I succeeded because I was a fan before.
I listen to Kanye West sometimes. Do you like Kanye?
I do like early Kanye. I don't
Okay,
like
okay.
late Kanye.
You don't.
After Yeezus,
I don't like Yeezus.
you don't like Yeezus.
Ooh.
Well, maybe
You're
like
talking
one
about-
song. That's it. Or
What
2
song?
songs.
Which one's that? Which one of those?
Yeezus isn't the one with Black Skinhead on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only song I like.
Really?
You don't like Blood on the Leaves?
No, I don't like any of his new shit.
Really?
Okay.
Pretty much.
New Slaves and Blood on
Um,
the Leaves are still banging now. Like, yeah.
Blood on the Leaves is
Yeah,
Snapchat
kind
it
of
the other day.
different. Yeah, it's anyways.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. As you listen to Kanye, and that's
I like
honestly, I'm just happy we're not talking about J. Cole anymore. That's not me shit talking J. Cole. I like him. I think he's fucking dope. But I've only listened to one of his albums. I'm sorry. I keep meaning to
So,
download his
wait,
mixtape.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
you
wait.
gotta listen to the next
Do you guys like Drake? I know you reviewed his.
Yeah, we definitely like. You have to respect him. Like, it's the type of artist where whether or not you're into Drake and he's one of your favorites, you have to respect the artist.
Yes.
And like, he has a tendency sometimes to kind of overplay his persona and like who he is. That kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
But fucking, I don't know what the albums are called, but the one where it's like his head behind a blue screen.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the sky.
Yeah,
I like that one with that had like language on it. I also really like the album that had the song and it was like they know.
Oh, okay, that was
Headlines.
Yeah,
Headlines.
yeah. I like that album.
Take
too.
Care, right?
I believe.
Take-
I think
yeah,
that's
Take Care.
regarded as his best album.
Take Care.
I'm not sure, but like in terms of hits, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure in terms of actual
Top 10 hits.
because I'm
yeah.
not. I like when Drake came out. I was a fan of Drake, but then kind of slowly I faded away from Drake because of his content. You know, like his content kind of becomes repetitive and stuff. But then now, I don't know. Some of his recent stuff has been okay. So
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten back on Drake a little bit now.
For me, I think Drake got better.
I just
Yeah.
don't like some of his style, like the way that he delivers some of his songs and the way that
Yeah.
like the stuff that he actually talks about.
Yeah, his lyric, like,
Yeah.
his weak subject matter.
It's not like it's
Substance.
Yeah, substance. It's not like you're not gonna get like a song like what Kendrick Lamar would deliver.
Hell
It's
no.
it's
But that's-
more.
That's the one thing that like I personally really respect about Drake as an artist is that although
He's-
you can tell he's evolved, he hasn't changed his style. He's evolved, but he hasn't changed, and I love that. He's always had the simplistic production, the simplistic beats.
Mhm.
He's always had the same flow, the same type of lyrics, but but at the same time he stepped up his game.
I think he got better.
And yeah.
I'm not the hugest Drake fan. Anybody who knows me personally, I
You don't bump Drake in the whip.
no. I don't necessarily give Drake the benefit of the doubt
You're
I
not
do
like,
others.
yeah, okay, I understand.
Like, I usually have my guard up against Drake because Drake is considered, like, you know, the Jay-Z of our time and, like, you know,
That's a
the
little
big
far,
artist.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, he's the crossover hit in hip-hop
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
More so than Kendrick or anybody else. So I'm a little harder on him because I consider myself
But
like,
a lot of people
hip-hop
don't
fan.
like Drake just because he has hits. Like,
Yeah.
it's like stupid
It's
though.
like- it's like
it's
with
like
almost
saying
every
like
rapper.
if your music is good, like you're probably gonna get it played on
Yeah.
radio.
And if you're Canadian, I mean, like another reason I don't like Drake
Yeah.
is not because he has hits, because he's overplayed.
He's
and
overplayed here.
Canadian, and you
Yeah.
have to play Canadian.
You
content.
get that with a lot of rappers though.
Yeah.
Like I think Lil Wayne's a perfect example. Like I'm a pretty big Lil Wayne fan, but a lot of the reason people look down on Lil Wayne is because his great songs have been overplayed so much that it's just kind of like, oh.
And I
that's-
think
like,
he's fallen off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like fucking, he's definitely fallen off since like the Carter 3.
He's had some
Drought
really
3
good stuff and
days.
some really bad stuff.
Yeah.
Since jail, he hasn't been that great. I don't know what happened.
He's a decent feature every once in a while.
I think his recent his features this year actually have been probably some of his best features yet. But as for his solo work, I thought like Free Weezy album, which was like a title only album release during the summer.
Yeah.
It was a good album, but it can't compete with like Carter 3 or Drought 3 for me. Like Carter 3 and Drought 3 are some of my favorite projects ever, straight up.
That's fair. I mean, you're a Weezy fan. I'm not necessarily a Weezy fan. Like,
Yeah.
No.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older than you guys too. So
That's true.
when like Lil Wayne was coming out, I was like
guess,
around
yeah.
5 years before Drake came out.
Mm.
I'm 5 years older than you guys.
Mhm.
Like when Lil Wayne became huge,
When
right?
yeah,
4
when
years
Drake
older
kind of
than
came
5.
up, I was like pretty young still. I was about 13, 14. years
So you
old.
were writing that like
Yeah,
started
like
listening to
right
rap.
coming into Drake. Like Drake was like the guy, and then Lil Wayne was the guy before that.
Yeah.
You can tell you're not that big of a fan because you say Little Wayne. No, I'm kidding.
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne. Wayne, whatever, man.
Whatever.
He's
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, because I'm not that big of a fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
So like when Wayne was
It's not like
hot,
Eminem. I would refer to him as M.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you call it man?
Yeah, I do.
Really? I never called Kanye Ye. I think I called him Yeezy a few times, especially because I was talking about like his clothing line.
One last thing before I
Sure.
ask you the next question. What's your favorite Eminem album? Because you put him number one.
A lot of them.
gotta pick one.
Marshall Mathers.
LP. That was the second.
The second one.
Second big one.
Yeah, second big one. The Slim Shady.
You knew about the '96 album,
Yeah.
Infinite.
Yeah. It was a good album. I just don't. It's not my favorite.
No, because he had a different style on that
Yeah.
one. Like he was compared to like Nas and stuff like that, and he wasn't like a huge mainstream hit. So they just kind of switched up the
The
persona.
thing about Eminem, we were talking about Drake, right? And
Yeah.
Drake's hits, right? And then people get on Eminem for having radio hits, even though he's so popular. He's the most sold, his most sold albums, most sold songs ever, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna get radio hits no matter what the song is. It could be
Anywhere around the world,
like,
yeah.
Would you really say when it was first radio hit, whatever My Name Is probably?
Yeah.
You know, would that considered to be on the radio?
No.
Before it was on the radio?
I remember when, because again, I'm a little older than you guys.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
That's
Just
not
a little
many,
bit. Not many, but like enough in that late 90s where I still remember when Eminem was getting fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like he was fucking, like everywhere where you look,
Yeah.
on any TV channel, it was all about Eminem. It was all about Eminem and the Backstreet Boys at that time.
Yeah.
And he kind of makes fun of
You were
MC.
either on one side or the other, right?
Yeah, or both. Like he
Yeah.
was just fucking massive crossover hit. Like Drake cannot even compare. At that time, so Eminem was all over the place, and he was being played on rock stations.
Yeah.
He was being played on country stations. He was being played on all the pop stations, and back then they still had hip hop stations in Vancouver, and he was being played on that too. So he was everywhere where you looked on the radio, everywhere you looked on TV, everything was Eminem and Eminem merchandise, magazines, everything.
His look.
Because back then people
Yeah.
bought magazines too.
Yeah.
Right? Well, no. That was the internet
Yeah,
back then, right? Like that was, you had print, right?
But,
This is before the internet was popping like it is now.
One thing I want to touch on that relates to the favorite Eminem album topic, and also talking about like what songs of his go on the radio. My favorite Eminem project was the Eminem Show, where it's like the
I like
album
that.
is like the red.
Yeah.
That album in my opinion at least, was one of the most important albums we've had in hip hop since. Like,
can you consider?
like,
can you explain
not
why?
ever, not ever. Yeah, of course. The fucking, I don't know what the time date is, but like around the years that came out, like yeah, like around there. Not
2002.
I think a little bit later.
Don't take it out of context, but that album complete, like White America is the first actual song off it, I think, but like that album pushed what songs were okay. Like, that album pushed what songs were radio friendly and what songs weren't radio friendly, and that kind of changed the definition of radio songs and not radio songs. That it pushed so many limits without crossing the edge, and it also and that was also, that album was like that blew up, right? Like, that sold so many copies, and that was probably one of the first albums where everybody bought that shit and they were like, wow, this Eminem dude's actually fucking dope.
Well, he was already on top of the world before that, man.
Yeah.
Marshall Mathers LP
third,
was what you just said times 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that was his third album. That was like, what can he do next, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
How can he top what he did before? And he never really topped Marshall Mathers.
Yeah, but it was still a really good album.
It was stellar. It kept up with the time.
Yeah,
it definitely kept up with the time, and it was more his style of production. After on, like, it was less influences from Dre and like less features from Dre and things like that.
I miss Obi Trice features with Eminem. You don't like Obi Trice? I love Obi. I think
he wasn't
Obi Trice.
You can't compare him to
Eminem. He had some great features with Shady. I was calling him Shady. That was weird.
Okay.
We just talked music.
Where are we going?
Now you run a channel and you do a raw review every week.
Every week.
How long have you had that channel for, by the way?
3 years.
3
No,
years.
Coming up on 3 years, I think.
How old are you, bro, if you don't mind?
I am 19.
So you're 19, you've had, I would call it a very successful channel now. I don't know what it was 3 years ago, but it's a successful
It's pretty
channel.
successful now,
Yeah,
I would say.
definitely is. Definitely gets its views. And you have a huge theme on there with sports. And you've been doing these videos for 3 years. You were like 16 when you started.
Yeah.
How long have you been a wrestling fan? Like, what's your story with wrestling? I've never asked you this, and we talk wrestling all the time.
Literally.
I'm a huge fan.
I don't even remember. Like, I think I was like 3 or 4. And I think the first exposure to it was the reason why I'm a wrestling fan, and the reason why he's my favorite wrestler is The Rock. The Rock is my exposure to wrestling.
Wow.
So that is why he's my favorite wrestler.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And also, I think I picked out one of the old video games, and that was like my start to getting into wrestling. And then I just started watching wrestling religiously.
Shit.
So that's how it happened.
That actually,
it just evolved like
I
that.
can really relate to that. Only I didn't start nearly as young as you did.
Yeah.
I fucking first wrestling I ever watched for WWE was the pay-per-view where fucking Eminem was in a ladder match. I think it was like a triple threat ladder match with the Hardy Boys, and then fucking Joy Mercury busted open his face. That was the first match I ever watched.
I think I remember.
So John Morrison's your favorite. So basically, when he became a singles wrestler after that.
No, literally, it was that match, watching him perform, and during that match, I decided John Morrison was my favorite back when he was joining Nitro, I guess, and then I just never changed my mind. And like that's like, kind of how he did it. With
My favorite part about Eminem was
the
other
entrance.
Yeah, Melina.
Oh, Melina.
Melina was the shit.
Yeah, did the splits when she's going to the ring. This is M, by the way, because it's Melina Nitro Mercury, not Shady.
Yeah, not the rapper. Okay, so you're 3 years old. So was your family into wrestling? Like, how did it feel to be watching wrestling all of a sudden? Like,
okay, well, my dad sort of used to watch wrestling when he was younger, but he never watched it like at that time when I was getting into it, even though that was like one of the biggest times. But I think they just kind of tried to steer me away from watching it. But I would always like try and sneak on and watch it. I was like really young, so I'd be like, sneak downstairs and try and watch it like every week. And they'd be like, "Why are you watching wrestling?"
So So I'm just trying to you're 19, 3 years old. So that was 16 years ago. So that was 99 when you started watching wrestling.
Yeah.
So you started watching. Okay, so like near the end of the Attitude Era, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Or the meat of it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was when wrestling was like almost PG-13, almost like.
Well, 99 and 2000 are, in my opinion, the best years of wrestling.
Ooh.
That's the Attitude Era. Like
the 98, I would say.
I think like the DX where they were like dropping piles of shit on Mr. McMahon and putting tanks through buildings. That was I liked that.
I think that was 90.
No. That was no. He's talking about like new DX.
That wasn't
new DX.
That wasn't new DX.
Are you talking about like 06?
I don't know.
Around
it was
Johnny Nitro.
07?
Yeah, around Johnny Nitro.
Yeah,
okay.
so that's the new DX.
Oh, I didn't know.
DX started back in like 1996
or
or 7.
Was that when there were like more than 2 people?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I never watched that.
It was Shawn Michaels, Triple H, China, and then they added the New Age Outlaws, which is Billy Gunn and Road Dogg.
Or I think wrestling was extremely good, and it was really good from like 97 to like 2004. I would say it was really good to 2003, and then it was still pretty good until late 2004.
Benoit, Jericho, Guerrero.
I remember Benoit was. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, well, this is not the WWE network, so we can talk all we want about.
He was my second favorite wrestler.
Yeah, he was my favorite too.
It was my friend's. I think definitely my friend's top 3.
Yeah, like I remember, man, I gotta go watch the Chris Benoit Triple H Iron Man match on Raw.
Yeah,
like I gotta watch that. Like that was a great run. That was really underrated. I always talk about that.
I remember the first time we saw The Rock and Chris Benoit had a wrestling match. That was like, holy shit. Like, this Chris Benoit guy is really good. Like before that, he was just this.
That was
this
like 01, right?
Yeah. It was when he started to come in, like when the 3 guys first came into the WWE.
The Alliance and all that stuff.
Or are you talking
Radicals? The Radicals.
The Radicals.
Okay.
It was Benoit, Guerrero.
Yeah, that would have been like 2000, 2001.
About 2001. Before WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time, because Benoit was just this like lower than mid card guy from WCW, which you never really took seriously, and he was in the 4 Horsemen. That's what he was really known for on being in WCW. He was in this new 4 Horsemen where he just gets shit kicked by the NWO every week. That was his claim to fame before that. Yeah. But yeah, Eddie Guerrero though, man. Like if I were to become a wrestler, that's whose style I would model myself after. Because like roughly the same height.
Rob
Van Dam is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a dick here, but I have not watched wrestling for nearly as long as you guys, and I don't really watch it now. So I'm going to change the topic slightly. Favorite tag team ever? Yo, I'm going to go first. Rated RKO. Fucking
Hardy Boys.
Edge and Randy Orton.
Hardy Boys.
That's good.
I would say the Hart Foundation.
Who's that?
That was who was it?
You said rated RKO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edge and Randy.
That's an acceptable.
Yeah.
Especially because both those wrestlers are awesome.
That's just one of my favorites.
Yeah, same. Fucking top 5 wrestlers. Let's fucking go. I'll go first.
Favorite, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. We could do best, but that'd be really that'd take a long time. John Morrison, Rob Van Dam, Bobby Lashley, Mr. Kennedy, Edge.
Ooh. You threw an Edge.
Okay, I'm next.
Mitch Milani.
The Rock.
Of course.
Mick Foley.
Ooh.
Chris Benoit. RVD. Stone Cold.
I was wondering if you're going to throw Stone Cold in there or not. Undertaker. Because he had the dopest character. And like, he was just such a believable.
He doesn't have to pick the most overpowered fucking person.
He was just the most.
This dude can move objects with his mind, so we're like, oh, that's mine, that's me.
Lightning, oh my god.
Dude, Undertaker was the shit though. Like, I remember back in the day, like, I used to go hide when Undertaker used to come out because I was a fan. Okay, I never told you when I started watching wrestling. I was raised watching wrestling like since day one because if anybody who's watching this is Fijian, you know that's what Fijians do. We just watch wrestling. That's our thing. We watch wrestling, we watch boxing, any kind of combat or fight sport, that's what we do.
They don't
what we're
eat, they don't sleep, they don't reproduce.
They just watch wrestling.
It's fucking disgusting.
Wrestling.
Taker, second.
After Taker, I'm going to go Eddie Guerrero. Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels. I can't believe you guys didn't put Shawn Michaels, by the way.
I like Shawn Michaels, but he's not one of my favorites.
He's really?
Like I'll watch a Michaels match. I'll go back and watch a Michaels match, and I'll love it. But I'm not gonna say, hey, Shawn Michaels is one of my favorites.
He's definitely very well respected.
Yeah,
but not my top 5 favorites.
Man, okay. Who did I say so far? Bret Hart, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Eddie Guerrero. I'm going to put Stone Cold Steve Austin there.
Okay.
You picked The Rock. If I were to pick a sixth, I would pick The Rock. Rock was awesome, but back in those days when I was like, watching wrestling,
kind of. Usually, your favorite wrestler is like the wrestler you grow up on.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. Well, before anybody. Actually, no. The guy who I really grew up on idolizing when I was really young was Bret Hart, because he's Canadian and
in your top 5.
Yeah, and he wore the colorful pink and black, and it's like when you're a kid, oh my god, like fucking colors really stand out to you or something. Mm-hmm. And then Shawn Michaels was like the shit, but then like Undertaker was always there, and then like he became better and better as he got older.
In his matches,
he was funny looking when he first came up.
He was he's like you pulled him out of a comic book. Yeah. There's a Hindi movie, like a Bollywood movie, back in the day where like they have the Undertaker character as like the bad guy in that movie. Like, it's not actually the Undertaker, but they have the Undertaker character with like the hat and
that's cool.
The old like ripped up like vest thing that he wore.
Yeah. The black vest with the like pink purple gloves.
He did the coolest stuff, man. Like one of my favorite moves is his last ride powerbomb, where like he'd just get you up and then he'd do a military press with you on top and then dump you on the ground.
Yeah, that
was the shit. But Stone Cold, man, like I still have a Stone Cold backpack from grade 1. And that was
Stone
1998.
Cold, those guys were bigger than like movie stars.
Oh yeah,
like the top like few guys like Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, and like Mick Foley. Those guys were huge.
See, the thing is like, okay, if you
watch the Attitude Era
in the WWE network, when they talk about Triple H, they make Triple H
seem bigger than he was.
He's way bigger than he actually was. He was not a big deal.
He was in like 2000.
After, but then that's like when WWE was like trying to find somebody to replace Rock and Austin, and it's kind of the same thing.
Oh no! I mean like when he was the top heel. He was the top heel in like 2000.
He wasn't that big though. Like that was like it was still Rock and Austin.
Yeah, that was when I remember 2000 when Stone Cold went down. That's when Triple H stepped up, and that's when he actually became good. Rock. Yeah, and then they had Triple H kind of take like when Austin and Rock left. They had Triple H like be the top guy in like 2003.
Yeah, and like he was never a crossover hit like
no.
any of those other guys. Even the Big Show. Like I feel like when the Big Show came to WWE, they like brought him down a scale.
They tried to. They've always kind of tried to push him, but not.
He was such a big deal in WCW though. Like he was like a household name at that time because he was the Giant. And back then the character was he's Andre the Giant's son.
Basically.
That was the character.
Yeah,
he's the son of Andre the Giant. And I remember with no music back in the day, and they made him dress like Andre the Giant, and he was a special attraction type character. He was huge, man.
And him with the hair, like, so hard to picture now.
Him with the long hair, and he could do a standing drop kick.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like he
was athletic.
Standing drop
him
kick.
and Kane back in the day were
Kane
athletic.
was super athletic too.
Top 5 animals.
Top 5 animals.
I don't know what we're talking about. I cannot follow this shit.
Animals. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll give you fuckers time to think because I have the right answers already.
This guy has the top 5 everything in his mind already.
I think about the stupidest shit way too often. Ostrich #1. That's an easy one though.
Ostrich.
Then a platypus.
I know, right?
Then platypus. Yeah. Snow leopard. Bobcat. Sun bear. If you haven't seen sun bears,
I have.
Goofy looking animals, longest fucking tongues. And I don't know why this is my demonstration of a tongue. Apparently now this is a.
Rusty.
And then some. The rusty trombone.
It's like Xavier Woods playing the trombone.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mine are first tiger, second lion.
You guys are so
We're the fucking same, bro.
Third.
Are you fucking periods in sync too?
Yeah.
Third, penguin.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Fourth.
You've watched Happy Feet way too much.
Huh? No, it's because I like the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, okay.
Fourth. I'm gonna say cheetah. I like the cats. 5, and probably like a monkey.
Oh, that's cool.
Any type of monkey or just a monkey?
Just a monkey or an ape.
Is that so you can like have a pet monkey?
Just some sort of monkey or ape.
How about a fucking
gorilla.
orangutan?
Yeah, a gorilla would be cool.
Gorilla.
Fucking, how much
I would
shit
not
did-
want to mess with a gorilla.
No. How much shit did Michael Jackson get in trouble for having a pet monkey?
I don't think
Because
that-
straight up, I think that would be one of the
Didn't
coolest
Justin
things ever.
Bieber have a pet monkey?
Yeah, he did. I think, yeah. I
Yeah,
totally
he
saw
left him
something
in
about that on
Germany.
Ellen. Did you
Oh,
even
God.
ditch Germany?
That's
Yeah.
fucked.
He
I
got
don't
him.
know about that.
Did he like lose
He
it?
just left him there. He's like, I don't want you no more. Left him in Germany.
That's not okay.
And then he's like, baby, baby.
Baby.
That honestly completely. That was why he went through his rough patch and started
Yeah.
pissing in buckets and shit.
Yeah, that
He
was
like,
in public.
my monkey's gone and my heart's broken, but it is too, that explains everything.
Exactly.
And, oh my god.
My favorite animals are tigers, lions, what the fuck?
I have an interesting
Hawks.
question for you guys after.
Okay, yes. Hawks.
Okay,
Hawks are fucking cool.
He the only. Actually, I was gonna say the only bird, but we've all had birds. So.
Komodo dragons.
Yeah, those are dope. So fast, so scary.
What did I
So
say
furious.
yesterday? Because you did ask me this yesterday, I
I
think.
definitely did ask you this. I can't remember what you said though. I
Uh,
feel like that's something boring as fuck to call your other answers. Like, you said black bear.
Oh, yeah.
I'm completely right. You said black bear.
yeah, yeah.
Boring.
Not
as fuck.
polar bear?
No.
Not sun
No.
bear.
No.
You had an interesting question.
Oh, my question was just because we were talking about him. Favorite Justin Bieber song?
Oh my
God.
god.
I don't think I
I
can
don't know
name
this-
anything other than
or
Milani.
least favorite.
Oh my god.
Favorite
I
or
have-
least favorite?
I
Girlfriend?
Have, oh no.
Is that
Isn't
a song?
it boyfriend?
Boyfriend?
Are you talking?
Did he have a boyfriend song and a girlfriend song?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
I think he had. I know he had a boyfriend.
I know it. He had baby because fucking in my
And it's
last.
still like, isn't it like one of the most highest viewed videos?
I don't know, but my last year in elementary school, our elementary school did this thing called air bands, which is like for all the graduating elementary schoolers that do they do an air band, right? Like you have a song playing and you and your group are on stage. I won doing "Baby" by Justin Bieber with me and a group of 8 girls, and they were dancing around me, and I was singing Justin Bieber, not singing but lip syncing, and that was me in elementary school. And
Is this when you were fat? Like you said you were fat.
that was when I was fat and squeaky.
Oh my
yeah.
god, is there
Wow.
footage of this?
Yeah, we should post this on your channel.
We need to
It's on
upload
somebody.
this.
It's on somebody's Facebook for sure.
We need to upload this
No.
to the Get Much Higher
No,
Podcast.
you're not seeing it. Nobody's seeing it. Whoever's
That's
Facebook
fucked.
that is on, they're welcome to keep it.
At least I got
but
a
if you
good
post
story
it
out of this
soon-
question.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
what?
actually pretty funny.
I got a good story out of this question.
Favorite Justin Bieber song? Oh my god.
I don't know.
You guys don't have to answer.
I don't think I know any other than like the ones we just talked about.
What about his favorite songs in general?
Favorite songs in general?
I couldn't do
It's
that.
so
I couldn't-
hard.
There's
I
so
can-
many songs.
I know.
I can give you my top 3.
What?
Runaway by Kanye, Forever by Eminem featuring Drake, Lil Wayne, and Kanye, and then third
I remember
ever-
that song. Like every time you say that song, I think of LeBron James.
Yeah,
That's what it's about.
because it's a
Yeah, I know. It was on the movie and stuff.
It was basically
Every
a Nike
time,
commercial.
the first thing that comes in my head forever is LeBron James.
I think my third favorite song ever is Scenario by Trap.
I don't know how I can pick 3 of my favorite songs.
That was
I'm
on
just
one of
gonna
the.
pick.
That was on a Madden.
Was
a few
it?
years back?
Mm.
Yeah,
Let's
There's
say
a
Billie
little-
Jean,
Billie
Oh.
Michael Jackson.
Jean. It's a great song.
Okay, no, I'm redoing it.
Billie
I
Jean
was
would be like one of the.
See what I
greatest.
mean?
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking rap only though. Okay. Oh, all time.
Rap only?
All songs though. If it's all songs, I'm gonna go Runaway, Man in the Runaway,
Yeah.
Man in the Mirror, and then fucking whatever I said as my third
Scenario
scenario.
or Forever.
The Forever would be number 4 if we're doing all genres, but rap only. The one from before was right.
I have no idea. I can't name. I love all songs.
Just pick one song that you
I love all songs.
Just to make Alex happy.
Lose Yourself.
Okay.
That's I like
Stuck
that.
with the Eminem theme.
Superman is a really dope Eminem track too. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's not one of my favorite, but it's a good song.
Mitch, you go to school here, or did you go to school like in another city?
Poco, Riverside.
Riverside.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both grew up in the Lower Main, and like I'm
Yeah.
Surrey, Poco, like
Yeah.
neighbors.
Where'd you go to
pretty
school?
much. I went to school in Princess Margaret. Did you know that
So
school?
Say that
I
again, can you speak
think
up?
I've heard of it.
Can you say that one more time, but like a little? Where'd you go?
Princess Margaret.
Nice.
We're just going Princess Margaret.
I don't
I'm
know
proud
what
of
that
it.
means,
I had a
but-
great time there.
He seemed ashamed, so I made him speak up. But I don't know what the.
Because usually, like, because you're not from here, but usually, like, you kind of heard of it. But like, usually when people hear that I went to Princess Margaret,
it's because I'm from Poco, so I'm not exactly close to you, I guess.
Yeah, well, not the closest.
Yeah,
You're half an hour drive away, maybe. But like,
there's so many schools in between.
Yeah,
there.
so many schools. But like, usually when I tell people, and like, doesn't matter where they're from, like Burnaby, Vancouver. If you're watching this, you don't know the Lower Mainland. Like, these are just the suburbs of Vancouver. Like other suburbs, finding out that I'm from Princess Margaret and I live in Surrey, they usually like, oh, kind of taken back by that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, so you're one of those kids. Like, I should probably be careful around you and not hang out with you.
I probably got that vibe telling people I was born in a hole.
It's funny because Surrey is known as like the worst place.
Yeah.
And Poco is known as the second worst place.
Is it?
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. Well, at least the north side of Poco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're both from the ghetto.
I guess.
I guess we're all from the ghetto.
Not where I actually
I'm from
live is
whole-
the ghetto,
Yeah.
but like pretty much everywhere else in Poco.
Okay. Except your house. That's funny. Yeah, you're from Hull, England, which is infamous for like
Yeah, just being a shitty fucking place.
violence and
Just
stuff.
gray and crimey and grimy. That's my next
Speaking
mixtape.
speaking of shitty places and hip hop, did you guys watch Straight Outta Compton?
No, but I really
man,
want to,
seen
man.
What?
Have not seen
You guys
it.
have both not seen
Neither of
it.
us have seen that movie, and we have a
You guys
fucking hip-hop
Hip-hop
review.
You
podcast.
guys should watch the movie while you're reviewing it on your channel.
I don't know about that, but we could review it, and like... Is it on Netflix? No,
No,
way it's on Netflix.
It's-
We'll probably...
We probably go to a
You could
cheap
get
theater.
it on
we're,
the site.
if we're still fucking hanging out after school, I'm down to watch that somehow and fucking review that. You heard it here first. This might happen, it might not. I could be talking out of my ass. I could be embarrassing myself. We'll find out next time.
You're not embarrassing yourself. We eventually will watch that. It's just like I've had opportunities to watch it, and then it's like last minute something happens, and it's like, and then the time
Like,
kind of passed.
I just forget things.
It's like one day I went and I just like showed up at the movie theater on a Tuesday, which is like half price Tuesdays, and then like it was sold out, and
Going up.
I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm not waiting like 2 hours to watch the next one, and then it just kind of blew up in my face, and then I had plans to watch it with somebody, and then they bailed, and then I'm not gonna go to the movies by myself like an old man,
Yeah.
right?
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Oh, dude.
But fucking, there's one movie that I watch every year as like a Christmas tradition. Not a Christmas movie at all, but like I think my dad's side of the family has just kind of always done it. It's a British film and it's super old, so you probably... Hi. You can't even look at me. It's super old, so you also probably wouldn't have heard of it, but it's The Great Escape. And it's like a classic. It's about escaping a prisoner of war camp. A bunch of big actors now were in that before they blew up. And like I love that movie. I watch it every year. What about you guys? Any
movies that we always watch?
Any traditional movies?
There are two movies that I always watch. Not traditional, but like every
Traditions
year.
to you.
Every year that I just watch these series all the time. Rocky,
Okay.
always watch them, and Back to the Future.
Oh,
I've only seen
that's cool.
one Back to the Future. Weren't there multiple ones?
Yeah,
There's
there's
three.
three.
I've only seen one.
They're cool movies. They're definitely one.
Like every year, I take like one day to watch all those movies.
I was so astonished as a kid that Michael J. Fox was from like Burnaby.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what? There's a school named after him? What? He's actually like a local guy. Like holy crap!
Yeah.
And like I've been watching him on like Teen Wolf and stuff like that. He did some cool movies.
Mhm.
Movies I watch every year. I
What is
always watch The Godfather. That's one of my favorite movies of all. That is probably my favorite.
I always end up watching The Dark Knight too.
Oh, okay.
Not by like design. It just
It
happens.
just happens. You have it. You
Yes.
just watch it.
Yeah.
Another one is Inglourious Bastards, just because I fucking love that movie. That's kind of maybe my Christmas time movie because I don't know. What do you do? Like you're just sitting and chill at home, like you just watch movies, and I have that movie, and it's an awesome movie. And I love Quentin Tarantino dialogue in his movies. They're fucking awesome, and the killing scenes and cutting into scalps. If you haven't seen that movie, I'd recommend it.
Okay,
It's awesome.
2 more movie questions. Favorite series of movies, and also favorite underrated movie. I'm gonna fuck you guys over with this one because I'm winning both of them.
Underrated movie in
I'll
terms
go-
of action. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go series first. Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm a
Okay.
huge
I
Pirates
like
of the
that
Caribbean fan.
series.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the 12 round series. The John Cena movies? No, just
Don't do it
I'm
to him.
just kidding.
Don't do it to him.
I,
Worst movie of all
my
time.
Just kidding.
My favorite underrated movie was the Garfield movie. Do you guys remember?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Favorite underrated movie?
Yeah. Or just like a movie that you enjoy that nobody else does.
Nobody else?
Not
or
nobody.
just
Like I'm over
Okay,
but,
okay.
Like, you're
a movie that I've seen so many times. I just love it, and like not like it's a lot of people really like it, but not as much as me. Is Ted.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
I love that.
I fucking I watched.
Well,
that.
I like both of them, but I like the first one.
That's a series of movies,
Yeah,
too.
it's good.
So you can
Yeah.
also say...
But my favorite series is Rocky.
Rocky's your favorite series. But then, like, they got so shitty after 4. Like, the 2 that he made after that.
5 isn't that great. It's only good if you like seen all the other movies, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the last one actually wasn't that bad, in my opinion. I liked it.
You know what? I can't really say I even saw that one just because it looked bad.
It's not bad. If you've seen all the other ones, definitely I'd see it. It's not like
He's fighting
It's
it,
a
though?
watchable one. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good series.
And there's
but you said Rocky.
actually a new one. Well, it's not a new one of Rocky. He's like training Apollo Creed's son. It's called Creed.
Oh.
It's coming out in American Thanksgiving.
Oh,
November.
okay, November.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go see that. It looks pretty good.
That's pretty sick. It's like a spin-off of
Yeah.
the same series. My favorite series, I'd probably say, like the Lord of the Rings / Hobbit movies.
My friends are so into Lord of the Rings, and I've only seen fucking one of them.
Yeah, I've only seen
like,
one.
I had friends in Grand Forks. Shout out to Seamus and Dylan and Travis and anybody else if I missed you. They just fucking walk around quoting Lord of the Rings every other sentence, and they had like impressions of every character, and the fucking like all the teachers knew them for it, and like it almost like got like stale for me just because I already heard everything from my friends.
Another most underrated movie. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of superhero movies.
Not too many, no.
You probably have seen this one. I'm not sure, but Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire as
I have seen
Spider-Man.
it.
The Broad in Spider-Man was so hot.
That is that is such a good movie that nobody appreciates. It got rated so well. It was like everybody just forgets about it.
I don't fully remember that one.
It's with him and Doc Ock as the villain.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it's
that was actually a
super
good
underrated.
movie.
Yeah.
My favorite Marvel movie,
Good
though,
fucking-
was The Winter
Thank you.
Soldier.
Winter Soldier's good.
That is the best Marvel movie, I think. Better than the Avengers. It's more realistic. Like, the storyline is more
It's pretty good.
realistic. And
It's good.
there was pretty badass action scenes in it. It wasn't over the top, like, you know, the whole city of New York isn't destroyed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Which is
a
kind
lot
of
of
like,
people don't like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little too much. It's like John Cena matches. It's like, really?
We gotta bring this guy up.
We gotta...
Don't want me to get this channel flag down.
But my underdog movie, I would
Don't say 12 rounds.
No, it's not 12 rounds. It's not necessarily even
Literally
an underdog
underdog.
movie. Is because it was really popular and like critically acclaimed when it came out. But it's just like lately, like people just haven't
Forget about it.
been watching it. Like
Watch it.
new people watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. It's super popular though. Goodfellas
Yeah, I've seen it.
with De Niro and yeah,
It's on Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would watch
seen
it.
Netflix.
Goodfellas. It's a mob movie.
It's pretty old. Like
It still holds up though.
yeah, it's not like a newer movie.
Definitely
That's
holds up.
probably what you
Came out in like
think.
'93.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a movie person, to be honest. And I want to touch on a Marvel movie, but first, I guess something else I want to mention. Talking about like WWE wrestlers that did acting. Did you guys ever watch the behind the enemy lines that had Mr. Kennedy in it?
No.
I loved that when it came out.
Really?
Oh my god, that was just 'cause I was
Was
a
it a good
fanboy.
movie?
At the time, and I was a fucking Mr. Kennedy fanboy. Yeah, I'm sure if I watched it now, it wouldn't be nearly as cool.
Mr. Kennedy.
That was one of the coolest gimmicks at that time.
Yeah.
He was awesome, and
He
then
was.
WWE just released him,
John
and then
Cena.
he ended up being in TNA.
Yeah.
Is
Mr.
he,
Anderson.
is he slim?
Mr. Anderson.
He was Mr. Anderson before he was Mr. Kennedy too. That's cool that he went back. But what is he doing now?
TNA.
TNA.
Yeah, still. Wow.
He hasn't gone into any other.
No, I
Indie
think it's just
promo,
TNA.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You know why he did get
TNA's.
released, right?
I've heard stories. There's like a lot of different stories. First off, I think he was complaining about Cena.
Cena was complaining about him.
They really.
Yeah.
I know he was
Why was-
complaining because he wanted to be like the top guy or whatever.
I think he was.
And he wasn't. He was being pushed, and but he was always like pissed because Cena was a top guy, obviously. Well, a lot of other guys, like that's why Angle left. That's why Orton's always pissed off. You know, Cena. There's a lot of guys.
That's why John Cena is
CM Punk left.
It's like what you were saying to me. Like John Cena is like the WWE's like main project though. Like from day one, has he not been like a
day
WWE
one? It's
production?
Ridiculous because that's never happened before for this length of time. And like people are like, well, it happened with Hogan, but no, it didn't happen with Hogan because Hogan was extremely popular.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea how popular Hulk Hogan was.
Yeah,
John Cena is not half the amount of popularity as Hogan. So it doesn't make any sense. And he's not like it's not like he's an amazing wrestler.
Neither was Hogan.
But Hogan had so many fans.
Oh yeah, he was a superhero. He was a real life superhero. Like it was in the way that John Cena is as well. What's up, man?
And you say your thing first, then go back to me.
Okay, back to you right after. Hogan was a big time superhero at that time.
Yeah,
like he was like a comic book pulled out for the kids at that time. In the same way that John Cena is now, but like John Cena is a guy that they have chosen from day one that they are gonna shove down our throats, and just like make us all want to puke, all real wrestling fans.
And also, it was like, back to you after this. Also, it was after you had guys beating up their boss and drinking beer.
Yeah.
Like, how do you go from that to that?
To Mr. like... Yeah.
Or The Rock,
soldier,
like making fun of dudes, candy ass, and all this shit.
And he's coming out
how do you
just
do that?
And he's the doctor of thugonomics, but he's just like the biggest kiss ass ever.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about superheroes.
Yes.
I got 3 statements. First of all, how fucking cool is Hurricane Helms? Second,
Awesome.
Stand back.
He beat the Scorpion King.
Did he?
What? And okay. Second, when we were talking about Marvel before, that's how long I've been wanting to say this for. When we're talking about Marvel before, I never watched Marvel things ever, but one superhero movie I really did like was The Incredibles. How fucking cool is
that?
The
Was
Incredibles?
Pixar.
That was Pixar.
Yeah, but it was still a superhero thing.
It was a good movie.
I was one of those. I think that's my favorite Pixar movie. Straight up.
My favorite's Toy Story. For sure.
Yeah.
It's in the top 5.
Actually,
or at least probably
is
top
not
3.
Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2 was
Top
cool,
5.
but Toy Story 3 made me cry.
It did.
Really? I've only cried to one.
Oh, I love all those movies.
But at the end, when like you had to say goodbye to the toys and shit, and that was fucked up. Let's just talk about something else.
I've only cried about one movie. I don't know if I want to say it.
You're gonna have to say it now, bro.
When the last High School Musical was released,
that's fucked
I
up.
watched it in the movie theater.
I did too, though.
I
watched it in the theaters, but I didn't cry.
When they were dancing together outside, and those like a cement.
I remember that.
I didn't cry, but like tear. It might have been because I was staring and not blinking.
The first one is a classic.
At least one tear dropped. Like
at least the first one is a classic.
I'll
give it that.
He doesn't get that because he's fucking 99 or some shit.
You don't get that High School
What the fuck,
Come on, man.
High School Musical, I laughed at that shit.
I'm sorry, fucking Big Shot.
I was probably in grade 11 or 12.
Oh, look at me, I have a girlfriend and I hate High School Musical.
I was like, what is this? Like, this was like little kids were watching.
It was huge, though.
Did you watch the Disney Channel?
It was so big.
Not really. Like, not at that age.
Really? You never saw, like, Phil of the Future?
You never
witnessed
Recess.
Oh, that was
like
earlier.
All those fucking shows.
Recess was earlier.
That's So Raven.
Yeah, That's So Raven.
Those shows.
You watched Phil of the Future?
Even Stevens was pretty badass.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Even Stevens was pretty badass.
Even Stevens was really good.
Fucking Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire was stellar.
Hey, she's married to Mike Comrie now.
Yeah, I don't know who he is, but I know I'd fuck the shit out of
former-
Hillary Clinton. Not Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Hillary Duff. Oh my god. Nothing happened.
What was that?
I don't know.
Skip that.
Blacked out.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on Disney at that time. Like, at that time. But yeah, before. Like, who doesn't watch Disney?
Like, think about all the actresses that came from Disney.
We talked
all
about
turned into
a lot.
slews.
Slews? Yeah, we talked about that on one of our podcasts. Like, like, out of, like, who's our favorite female, like... Who was yours?
Favorite
female
Disney?
family channel, yeah, Disney. Like, you know what kind of favorite, right? Like, not like just
you
a
mean
fan of, like, you know,
like
who
as
you
an
think's the
actress
hottest,
/ or the just
the hottest and who you
Okay, I would
in
say
the
that
fantasy world.
I would say Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
Top 5.
Wizards.
I think she's the most she's the most talented actress, I think. But she's not the most talented singer, even though she's become a singer.
Yeah. I
really-
honestly haven't heard any of her songs.
I really don't think her music is that good. It gets played all the time. But she was an awesome actress.
Top 5 though. You got one big shot. It means to step your game.
I don't know if I can do
Top
5. I
five.
think I
Okay,
did
top 3.
Top 3.
did,
The first people that like come up to my head. Like who would you go with?
Miley Cyrus.
Britney Spears doesn't count, right?
Britney Spears does not count.
Unless
She
you're
was
talking
on
about when
Disney.
unless you're talking about when she was bald, because then that's just like a really unique opinion, and I want you to have that. But if it was any other Britney Spears, it doesn't count.
No, Britney Spears does not count because she transcends Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that chick from High School Musical, Vanessa Hudgens.
She's hot,
Yeah.
but what does she do?
I don't care about.
She's an
We're
actress.
talking about
Looks hot and
who
stuff.
thinks it's hot. And
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Who's
Yeah.
hot?
Yeah.
What does she do?
What does she? I don't know.
I
What she
think
does.
she's an actress. The last thing I remember being in was Spring Breakers. You guys
Oh,
remember
the one
that?
with
James Franco. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Never watch it.
I've never seen it. I have Selena Gomez in it too, right?
Selena Gomez and Ariana Grande is in there.
No,
Ariana
she's not
Grande's in that
Disney.
too?
No,
not
she's
Disney?
not Disney. She's YTV or whatever. Nickelodeon.
She's not.
She's not Disney. She's
Ariana Grande
Nickelodeon.
was in Disney though for sure.
I'm pretty sure.
She was in iCarly, right?
I don't fucking know. No, I don't know. I wish we had Kelvin the intern right now.
Oh my god, yeah, Calvin the Entry. I think it bring us more coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tell us stories about Sydney.
But yeah, I don't think she was actually in Disney. I think she was in Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay.
I
You
just
don't
opened a
remember
new door.
YTV?
I remember YTV.
Yeah, I remember YTV.
Yeah, I think that's what she was on. I don't think she was on Disney.
She probably was one was on Tele.
She might have been, but I don't think so.
I think she. I don't know.
Like there's
I'm not the
there's
authority when it
also
comes to-
Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato.
I know Lovato's hot, but she's I don't know. I feel like she got weird looking.
With
but she's
Hilary
still hot.
Duff.
Yeah, Hilary Duff. I remember I had a
Vanessa Hudgens.
I can't remember where this came from, but for a little while I had a Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan poster in my room.
Lindsay Lohan, she wasn't actually on Disney.
No, right? She did
She just
movies.
was in a movie.
Well, that's Disney too.
That's
Like Mary
Disney,
Kate and
yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah, I guess.
You know who Mary?
You
Kate
can't
Yeah, I
you
do.
can't talk Mary Kate and Ashley if you didn't know the fucking game. I mean the challenge.
That
game.
weird movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember her.
Did you ever
okay,
watch the challenge?
you don't even know what Full
I just
House
watched
is,
the show.
bro.
That's
I've seen the show.
it's also true.
Full House. Do you like?
No.
Do you remember? You do not know that show?
What is it?
It was like the most popular family comedy, like not Family Channel.
On Family? Oh.
No, it was like Fox or something.
Okay.
And it was like
Full
the
House.
most popular sitcom.
Who was on it?
It was fucking what's his name?
A bunch of 80-year-olds.
John Stamos was on it. If you know who John Stamos
Uh-huh.
is. Mary Kate and Ashley.
For some reason, I know the name, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way actually. I know I've seen
Full House.
screenshots and shit because I've seen Mary Kate and Ashley in that.
Yeah.
But like I've never watched.
And then the fucking that comedian. What's his name? This is dead air right now because I'm thinking of the comedian
These things happen. It's
who
okay.
was the star of that show. He was the dad of that show. You guys remember like the old America's Funniest Videos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That guy who hosted it
Wait,
was
that
on
guy
the show.
Tim something.
No. That you're thinking about Tim the Two Man Taylor. That was another show.
No, I remember. I
you're
can
thinking about Tim
picture the
Allen.
guy right
That's
in your
not-
head.
Tim Allen was the guy who was the voice of the fucking Toy Story.
Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and he had also like a family sitcom that was super popular, Home Improvement.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I can't remember that guy's name. But whatever, like
That guy. We're gonna call him that guy.
yeah, like he's super famous. Back in the '90s, he was the host of America's Funniest Home Videos, and he was on Full House. So he was like literally on the same channel, like back to back. Sometimes it was awesome. You see that guy twice in a row, and that was the '90s for you. Well, I think like we'll probably wrap this up now.
Yeah, I'm down. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you
I'm
guys,
down.
Are you down, Mitch?
Sure. Why not?
Fuck it, let's go home.
I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my friend Brandon. This is my friend Mitch. And I'm my own friend, Alex Robinson.
No one, neither of us like him, that's why.
And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is, I think, the third. Yeah, episode 3.5.
You guys can't remember what episode you're on.
Because we do so many, man. Like, we're just constantly just hammering these things out.
Do you have your own podcast?
I have my own channel.
Shut the fuck up, Mitch.
Wait, we gotta ask you one last thing before we go.
Yeah, what is it?
We definitely love the work. Fucking shut up there, little kid.
I'm taller than you.
Yeah, you are. I should be afraid. We definitely like the work that you're doing with the Bottom Line View. We respect that. You have been doing this for a while. We're kind of new to the YouTube game, so and you've allowed me to shout yourselves out.
Yeah.
We'll give you the opportunity to shout yourself out at the end of it. But any bit of advice you can give us?
Just have fun, you know.
That's an issue because we fucking hate each other.
We hate this, man.
Have fun, you know. Do try and be consistent with your uploads. Fans will like that, you know. If you're giving off a good personality, good stuff, you know, just being true to yourself. That's all. That's really it.
There it is, and that's advice for us, and as well as for anybody who's watching. Yeah, and you want to shout out? Channel?
Okay, so my channel is called The Bottom Line View. The Bottom Line View. I'd say that twice. It's basically a channel like they talked about wrestling, sports, you know, everything. We try and keep you guys entertained. And, you know, head over there, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. So
yeah, and we'll probably put this in the description below.
We won't be linking your softcore pornography channel.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Mitch the man.
Mitch the man, 69.
I was going to say something, but I forgot. Anyways, thank you, man. Thanks for taking the time out to come do this.
No problem. Thanks for inviting me.
And we'll have you on again in the
All right,
future
cool.
if you're down
If
for
I'm
that.
being honest, you were complete shit, but I'll cut most of it out.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Bye. Your ass down, boy.
What's up, everybody? This is the Get Much Higher Podcast, episode 1, 2, 3. This is episode 3 now,
That was the weirdest intro.
Is it? Because I didn't know which one it was.
1, 2, 3.
Is
This
it?
isn't a fucking like kids show with a baby.
I didn't know if it was 2 or 3, but it's 3.
Yes, 3.
3 could have been 4, but this is 3.
No, I would have called 3.5 just because we don't want anybody to forget that we did attempt it and the bloopers at the end of that one album review. So
At the end of the Drake one, there's some hidden treasure at the end of that one.
If you guys only tune in for the podcast, check out like the last 5 or so minutes of the Drake album review because it's fucking messy.
Yeah, turn this one off and go watch that one.
Yeah, fuck
and then
this
come
video
back.
actually. If you're watching this, don't watch this. We don't fucking
No.
Don't
need
even watch
to
it.
talk about
Watch
things
this because
like
this is
that.
a very special. This is a very special one.
Yeah.
Don't cut him off.
Listen. This is a very special one because we have a special guest here with us today. The man in between Alex and Brandon is Mitch Milani. Mitch Milani has his own channel altogether. We have some fans walking by. How's it going?
What's going on, fans?
Fans and everybody who's cool. Mitch Milani has his own channel on YouTube called The Bottom Line View. I'm actually working on that too as well.
Awful fucking channel.
It's a great
Don't
channel.
watch
If you like wrestling, which you know that I like wrestling, he likes wrestling. That's what we do. We got our producer over there, Scott.
Producer. He's basically a teacher, but like also a producer, I guess.
He's also in a band.
That's also true. Check out his band.
He's gonna step on in
Is he
here.
gonna
in just
come
a
in?
second. He's gonna come in. This
Is
is.
he gonna come in?
Hey, we got 2 guests.
Oh my god, here
Special
and
guest.
Hey.
Hello.
Step in the shot real quick.
If there's any room. Oh. Oh my god! Anyway, the bottom line review, it's probably going to be in the description of this video, but for the most part, it's just a feature on our channel, on the side, whatever we want to call that. But we have topics. We're not advertising for the first 5 minutes. What are we talking about, boys?
We're just we're hanging out, man. This is Mitch Milani's. This is our first guest. We never had a guest before. Now everyone knows. Anyone that watches your channel knows that you're a big football fan.
Yeah.
First off, you're a huge wrestling fan.
That's true.
We'll talk about that. We are obviously, or any of our fans know that we love music. We talk music all the time. We do album reviews. Don't really know.
Would be currently my favorite rapper is J. Cole.
Ooh. I gotta give you a high five for that. Cause
Second favorite rapper would be Kendrick Lamar, and my favorite rapper of all time is Eminem.
Ooh, you know what? That's respectable.
That's super dope. I like that.
Yeah, okay. My favorite non-hip hop artist is Chris Brown.
Come on. He's not hip hop.
He's sort of hip hop, sort of pop, sort of R&B. He's like everything.
I'll give you a pass.
I'm gonna call him hip hop pop.
Hip hop pop.
Hip hop pop.
Yeah, that's my favorite non.
Hip-hop-pop.
Yeah, but you know, recently, The Weeknd's been doing his stuff. He's been nice.
I'm gonna be straight up. I'm like, actually, no, you go first.
We have a little club.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Since you mentioned Weeknd, we have a little club.
You do.
We created a club for Weeknd fans. We are the Weekenders.
That's an actual thing.
That's an actual show.
I gotta be straight up, man. Fucking, I hadn't listened to that much of the old Weeknd, but I was aware of the fact that a lot of his old shit was a little more dark and depressing.
Yeah.
And his new project was supposed to be like.
What kind of music you're into, bro? We have to know. What are you into?
Can I guess before you tell us?
Sure,
go
ahead.
Both guess before.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess one, Alex.
Country.
That's false. That's.
I was actually gonna say that too.
That is the lowest thing on the
rock. Rock.
I do like rock, but I don't primarily listen to rock.
I'm gonna say One Direction. Just by looking at you, One Direction, Justin Bieber,
Backstreet
Taylor
Boys,
Swift.
You know,
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
that's it right there.
Boys. You can't do that. That's not
No, seriously though, you know, I like rap. I do listen to pop. I do listen to rock. I do listen to pretty much everything.
But do you have like?
I don't have a primary genre that I actually listen to by itself.
Okay, that's interesting. Actually, I like
Yeah.
that. That's
So you just kind of like whatever.
But the only genre that I don't listen to really is country.
Okay. Here's a twist. Top 5 genres. No, top 5 artists to all genres. Go. You got 30 fucking seconds.
30 fucking seconds? I can't even do that in 30 fucking seconds. Okay.
These are fucking seconds, so they're
okay.
intense.
So I guess you
yeah.
could say my 3 favorite rappers.
Like different.
It's more
right?
poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, more poppy.
Mainstream.
I went back and listened to some of his old shit, and I'll straight up say I like how I felt about this new album. It honestly went down once I heard his old shit. His old shit was yeah.
There's mixtapes.
It's different though. It depends on like what you like, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't on a label then, like so he wasn't you know told to make.
A lot of people think that
Yeah.
artists before they actually get signed or they do stuff before that. A lot of people think that's better.
So you're a J. Cole fan. You just put him
Yeah.
#1. So what do you think about J. Cole? Like, is he better now that he's on Rock Nation, or did you like his mixtapes first?
I've liked his last 2 albums a lot.
His last 2, okay, yeah.
So,
definitely
yeah.
his last one.
Yeah.
You have to like his last one. There's really no way around that.
I really did like Born Sinner though. A lot of people
Yeah.
didn't like it, but I was a fan of it.
You're talking about the second album, yeah. Born Sinner.
Not this past one, but the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophomore album.
Yeah.
That he had. Yeah, the first album was okay.
The first album was okay. I
Cool.
wasn't really a big fan back then. You know, I liked a few songs, whatever. But then I got into him a lot more recently. So.
Oh, so you really haven't heard like a lot of
I've heard
mixtapes
it.
and
Like
stuff.
I've gone back and heard it, but I didn't hear it when it originally came out. You know what I mean?
I'm